Live. I think we are. I think we are live. We are live. We's live, right? Yes, we are. What is good? My pack, Mount Vernon Kid here in the hoodie. Just want to feel comfortable as always in the hoodie. I got a little ice cream cake. This is the cake for my dad's birthday cake. Today is my dad, the general's 63rd birthday, guys, and we just celebrated it. Surprised him with a little cake. So if you see me eating, guys, on camera, I'm sorry. It's ice cream cake. Where it come from? I'm gonna tell you where it come from. Comes from Carvel. Gotta have Carvel. I don't know if there's. I don't know if anybody else eats Carvel. I don't even know if there was Carvel just in New York. I'm sure it's not, but yeah, I'm eating my dad's ice cream cake for his birthday. Today was his birthday. Anyways, what's good though? Happy holidays. It is my favorite time of the year, Christmas. I love me some Christmas. No matter what, even if I get anything or not, it's always just about the joy of this year and looking forward to it as well. I'm getting ready to gear up to start watching a whole slew of Christmas movies and things like that. But it's all good, my pack. Welcome to the first Q&A of the month of December, excuse me. Like I said, guys, you see me eating, I'm eating ice cream cake. Today was my dad's birthday. Turned 63 today. So once again, happy birthday to the general. If you follow me on Facebook and all that stuff, you'll see me and Malcolm surprise him with the little ice cream cake. Only from Carvel. Carvel ice cream cake. You can't beat it. You can't. Like I said, I is Carvel. I wonder if there are other Carvels anywhere. I've only seen Carvel in New York and maybe Jersey. So if there is, tell me. But I'm here, guys, to answer your questions. As always, we have a little fun. Enjoy. It's the time of the month. It's my favorite time of the year, Christmas. We did get a little snow. We got the first snowfall this year in here in New York. I was happy about that. I always look forward to the first sign of powder, and I don't mean that in a dirty way. So, and I look forward to the snow. I know maybe if you're in Florida or anything, Arizona, and all the white substance is foreign to you, but up here in the Empire State and anywhere else, northeast, and northwest, the powder is natural. I'm good. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, what's up? Um, let's see who is here tonight. We got a couple of people in so far. We're gonna wait a little bit longer. Wait a little bit. Wait a few more seconds before people start rolling in. I see the questions. I would say hold. Hold. Your alpha says hold. Hold. Hold for a few minutes. We'll let people come in. Then I'll share that sentiment with you. Y'all want some ice cream cake? Sorry. It's turning to soup. It's turning to soup now. It's turning to soup. All right. Ice cream cake. I love it. Let me people in there in the chat now. Okay, we got 7 people in there. That's good. Hold, 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 hold. Yeah, that was ice cream cake from my dad's cake. My dad today is December 13th. My dad turned 63 today. Um, if you want to know do the math, yeah, okay. My dad was born in 59. So yeah, do the math, you get his age. So yeah. He and my mom had me when they were in their early 20s. So yeah, well, I'm 40. My dad is, I'm like, I'm here 23 years younger than my dad. So yeah. So I was in my parents were in their early 20s when they had me. So yeah, like I said, do the math and you get it. Um, they were in their late 30s when they had Malcolm. So yeah, but yeah, it was good to. I got my dad an iPad. you know, he's not a big tech savvy. He's not very tech savvy, but he's getting there. He's learning, and I'm helping him along. So I got him an iPad. So he can be on his. So when he's like looking at, because he does go on YouTube and he listens to stuff on YouTube, or you know, um, when he's looking at his emails, he doesn't have to be straining his eyes on his phone and stuff like that. I don't like when he does that. So I tell him like, yeah, I was like, yeah, let me get him an iPad. Nothing big. 10-inch is fine. Didn't have to. With a got him like a 32 gig mini uh, SD hard drive for extra memory, but he ain't gonna be needing it. It's just there for. But yeah, I got him that. So we celebrated 2 birthdays in my family. Well, actually 3. Actually, like I said, hold the questions, please. I will get to them. Your alpha begs you to hold my pack. Um, so we so Malcolm's birthday was December 2nd. Malcolm turned 29. He is in the final year of Club 20, and the next year he will enter Club 30. Wow, that's it's amazing. It's really amazing. I watched that boy grow and help raise that boy, and does me proud to see him where he is now. That dude is my rock. He is my rock, and he's one of the reasons why you'll never see me ever, whether it's newspaper or not. I'm going to jail for something stupid, because he's the guy that kind of keeps me on that edge, and to a degree, my dad's the other reason, and the spirit of my mom. She always is guiding me. And then I have my uncle, my dad's brother, my uncle Kurt. He turned 60 because my dad is 3 years older than him, and then of course my dad turned 63. So yeah, I mean the end of the year birthdays are here, and then we move on to next year, and man, next year I'll be 41. That's funny. My mom will turn. My mom would officially next year would have been officially March 18th will officially be would have been my mother's 65th birthday if she was alive. So yeah, the birthdays are coming, dudes. Yeah, the birthdays are coming, but it is Christmas time now. It is Christmas. Christmas is came so fast too, and it's my favorite time of the year. Favorite time of the year. Uh, I want to give a shout out to one of the pack members. I know I shouldn't have opened it, but I did because I didn't know who it was from. Um, I got an early Christmas present from one of the pack members. Eliza, I know I shouldn't have opened it. I'm sorry, but I didn't know who this was from. I got curious, and so I opened it, and then I read on it. It said "Happy birthday, big brother." So I'm like, okay. And then I was like, "Oh, I know where this is from." And hey, I'm sorry, but Liza, thank you for the He-Man socks. Oh my, y'all know this child of the '80s loves me some He-Man. Before all the superheroes, I really got into the superheroes. Before Spider-Man took that spot, was the guy. This was the guy that I was running around in my underwear screaming, "I have the power." Yeah. So Elijah, thank you for the present, early Christmas present. I'm sorry that I opened it now, but thank you. Cool. I probably just wear these around the house instead of wearing them around. Like these would just be socks to wear around the house. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. So let's get to your questions, guys. I let people come in now. And why who the heck is binging me? Sorry, one thing. Uh, oh boy. Oh, one more. Yes, I will do a reaction. Yes. Please do not ask me questions about Into the Spider Verse 2. I did not watch that trailer, and I will, and I haven't. So I kind of just got home, guys. So I didn't get to do anything. So okay. So like I said, um, I didn't see it yet. But anyway, let's get to the questions. Like I said, so Perry King says that, "Hey Chris, I finally got a PS5. Congratulations, congratulations. You know what? I haven't gotten it yet, and I probably will get my PS5. I probably will get a PS5 sometime this year, probably or next year, later. You know, because now the stocks are coming in, and I always wait maybe a year or two before the bugs get out of it, and then I'll go into. Did I watch the Game Awards last week? Only snippets of what I saw. Hellboy getting the game finally, things like that. Tekken 8. Oh my god, that looked beautiful. Um, things like that. Yeah, I saw trailers. That's good. Uh so are you planning on watching any Christmas movies? Always, Perry. I will always. What's up, Quentin? I always watch Christmas movies. I'll probably start watching later, probably Sunday, next Sunday or so. I hit my Home Alone. I'll hit my Die Hard. Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. Go fuck yourself if you don't think so. I'm gonna hit my It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story. I still need to watch the Christmas Story sequel, which I heard good things about. Um, so yeah, there's a couple of Christmas movies I'm a hit before. I still need to go see the Santa Claus movie with David Harbour. I still want to see that. Mr. Multi, my boy, he loved it. So and I wanted to see it anyway. So I'm definitely gonna go see it as well. But yeah. Uh so yeah. Travis, my nephew was born recently, December 10th on um wait, what? My nephew was born recently, December 10th on brother birthday. Is that your bro? Oh, your brother. Okay, you got to know. Okay, cool. Hey, Chris, happy birthday to your dad. Thank you. I'll tell him that. How do you feel about Gal Gadot not being Wonder Woman no more? Uh, uh, I I feel I feel like she should have they should have been able to do the third one. Patty Jenkins should have been able to complete her story, but I don't know what the deal is. I'm not blaming Gunn, but it seems like a lot of it comes down to they always say creative differences, and a lot of those movies were co-written by Jeff Johns, and I think Jeff Johns is starting to get a little too big for his britches and thinking like he needs to be attached to everything DC. He doesn't. Okay. I feel like, as my man Blue Goblin used to say, I think he's getting cocky, and he thinks now that he can attach himself. Patty Jenkins was doing fine and didn't need his help, and I think, and if I'm mistaken, please go research to help me out with this one, guys. I'm not, but 84, was that co-written by Jeff Johns? Because if it was, you could probably understand why it didn't do so well. I feel like she should have been able to hit the third one. Maybe it would have made up for 84. I didn't mind 84 too much a degree, but there were a lot of things a lot of problems I had with it, and a lot of it, you know, it should have focused centered really around Cheetah, which didn't. I wasn't a big fan of having Maxwell Lord and this, the whole. I mean, they could have had Maxwell Lord, but he didn't have to have that big a role. Um, you know, the whole, basically Diana basically raping. Yeah, you heard what I just said. Diana raping Steve Trevor in another man's body. That man had nothing to do, and she made love to someone else that's not Steve. And that's I call it like I see it. And I looked at that and I was like, I'm like, wait a minute. That guy cannot consent to that. That's rape. Everybody laughed at me when I said that, but I was like, I'm serious. I'm dead serious about that. I'm dead serious. She raped the guy. Like, what are you talking about? You know, that double standard nonsense. You hear it all the time. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. I think she should have been able, because I still have a feeling we were going to get Cersei's as the last villain. That's who they should have ended the trilogy with, Cersei's. It still was building up, and probably the film was going to probably take place probably in the 90s or so, because it's still, the movies were there. The solo movies were building up to where Diana was all this time. That's fine, and I didn't mind that. And if they want to turn that into a comic series, great. I'll buy it. I'll support it. If Patty's writing it, I'll support it. But it is kind of suck. Have you seen Wakanda Forever yet? No talking. Still don't want to talk about it. Still gonna save that. But the review will be up soon. I'm gonna put that up. Your dad and your brother zodiac signs are Sagittarius. Yeah, I believe, yeah, they're Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm not. I'm an Aries. I really don't put too much stock in the zodiac signs too much. Uh, let's see, Caroline. Yeah, it's probably not gonna snow in my state until January. Okay. Yes. What Christmas movies will you be watching? I just talked about that once again. I'll be hooking up from both Home Alones. Of course, I gotta hook up with some Die Hard. Yes, Christmas movie. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It ain't debatable. It's a Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life. I gotta sit down and watch It's a Wonderful Life. I always watch Jimmy Stewart. Oh, it's Jimmy Stewart. Now listen here, Joe. You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it. Got to watch my Miracle on 34th Street, of course. Um, and of course, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. Uh, you know, Christmas Story. That's gonna TNT, TBS. One of those is just gonna probably run a marathon like they always do. But I still gonna watch it, and I gotta watch the sequel where it's adult Ralphie now, and I found out that all the child actors from the original, now grown, came back to reprise the role. I love that. That's a great idea. I've heard nothing but good things about it though, so I gotta watch it. Yeah, this Christmas. That's my time of the year. Let's see what else we got here. Rewatching. Okay. What characters in the Mass Effect do you hate? Characters. Udina. Fuck her. Fuck him. Udina kiss my ass. I would say Kylene. Ken, because what he did to Thane. I was pissed off when Thane got stabbed. But still, Thane at that point, Thane was going through his. He was basically dying, and he still was handling himself, and Thane got so yeah. I was pissed off about that. That I never liked the elusive man at all. I knew he was just a jerk. No offense to Martin Sheen who voiced the character. I wasn't too big on Miranda Lawson either. For a while, I was like, you know what? She keep banging on about her looks and everything is modified and she's the best of. No, you're not. No, you weren't. You're not the best. You weren't the best. You're not the best. You're not one of the strongest uh uh biotics. You weren't none of those. Because even if you take her on her basically if you do the suicide mission and you have her put up the biop field to keep the bugs away, she'll die at the end. Like, she'll pass out. Like, yeah, you go with two people. You go with my girl Jack or my girl Samara. Yeah, Samara. And I wasn't too big a fan of Samara's daughter, Morinth. I would. Oh, okay, sorry. I would never, ever, ever t- choose Morinth over Samara when you got that choice. I don't understand people who chose that. That was stupid. Anyway, yeah, those are certain people I hated. Why is this hidden? How have you been mentally and physically? Mentally, fine. Physically, pretty good. I think I've Well, I mean, I've known I've put on probably a little weight because of after Thanksgiving, so I gotta start really going intense with my workouts and stuff like that. So yeah, um, that's all right. Yes, please, ice cream cake. If only I could taste the vision. Yeah, smell a vision or things like that. Yeah. Hey Chris, what did I miss? You missed a few questions. You missed me eating my dad's ice cream cake. Today was my today's my dad's birthday, so we celebrated that with him. So yeah. No, but other than that, you ain't missed too much. I'm gonna miss Kevin Conroy. Yeah. Wait. Oh, I missed the question. Sorry. But yeah, I miss Kevin Conroy. We gonna miss Jason David Frank. We also lost Kirstie Alley. There've been a lot of deaths coming now as while the 2002 is ending. Like, yeah, Kirstie Alley, I had no idea she was battling cancer. Um, sucks, because I like Kirstie Alley. Like, if you were a kid, once again, child of the '80s, you grew up with her from shows like Cheers. She took over from Shelley Long, and of course, the Look Who's Talking series. She was all. It's just something about Kirstie Alley. I don't know. Maybe it was her little kind of raspy voice or her eyes. Like Kirstie Alley had just sexy eyes for some reason. Yeah. So yeah, we've lost a few icons, and we also lost the lead songwriter from Fleetwood Mac. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan, so Christine, for God damn, I'm forgetting her name, passed away too. I want to make sure I got to show some respect to her. Christine Mc McVie, yeah, passed away. She was the songwriter for Fleetwood Mac, and I was listening when she passed. I was listening to a bunch of Fleetwood Mac songs, some of my favorites. So yeah, I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan, guys. And I always think that to my mom. Like I said, always had me just listening music from different eras. So I was listening to a lot of their music. When they came out in the '70s and up until then. So yeah. Uh, Quentin, you asked us, do you think Scarlett Johansson will be a good actor for She Spawn? Mm, no, I, I don't, you know, whatever project they're gonna do with Spawn is, Todd McFarlane is just what I don't know. It's just that Spawn movie. I don't know when that thing's coming out. With Jamie Foxx as Spawn. I don't know. They say it's still going, but I don't know. Let's see. Andre, it's going pretty good. Like I said before, I just had some ice cream cake. Just celebrated my dad's 63rd birthday. Um, Now the rest of the cake is just soup, and I don't really like ice cream cake when it gets soupy. Just don't. It's from Carvel. Best, the best. So anything you're hoping to get for? I don't hope for anything for Christmas because I'm more the giver. I get joy now, especially in my age now. As I gotten older, I don't really look for too much things anymore. I'm more of the giver. I like giving than receiving. I like seeing the look on people's face when they get something from me, and so I really don't. It doesn't bother me. If I get anything for Christmas, I get it for myself. That I'll buy it myself. Like, okay, like I gotta get me a new TV stand myself, so I'll get that myself. I'll just um, I need a new bed spring. I gotta get me a new bed. My bed spring has been acting weird, so like when I sleep, my neck is kind of I'm like and then every time I wake up, I'm like, oh, what the hell's with my neck? Even I think it's my pillows, but I think it's also my bed spring. 'Cause there's times like I'm feeling a spring pop right in the back of my spine. I'm like, so but yeah. Um so I don't really look for that kind of stuff, Caroline. I'm more of a giver now than a receiver. So anything, let's see, got any gifts in your for to give your family? Yeah, but that'd be telling. Why would I tell you? I don't want to tell you that stuff. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. Nowadays, most of the time, I can say this. It gets harder and harder sometimes to shop for like my brother. And the easiest thing to do is just give them like gift cards and stuff. Give them money, and they could get their own stuff. That's how I do it. Works. It works better. So you don't. You know, I remember I started giving stuff, and then they would make sure they got a gift receipt because you like they could take it back. I got one gift from the pack. If you guys want to see it again, uh, I didn't know it was a early Christmas gift, but I did open it, and I'm just like, oh. So I got some He-Man socks from Eliza, Galactus girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh, and it was even wrapped. It came from Amazon. Yep. And it was wrapped in this, and there's a little card, as you can see, a little card that basically says "Merry Christmas, Big Brother." So yeah, but got me some He-Man socks, so I thank her for that. I will not be wearing these outside or like when I'm got my sneakers on or my boots on. No, this is just gonna be worn around the house. That's for sure. My He-Man socks. That was the guy before Spider-Man and all that. That was the guy that I looked to as my hero. I was the guy I was running around in my underwear screaming, I got the power. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm a child of the 80s. Come on. If anybody's asking me, okay, let's see. Anyone one anyone one think maybe Jessica Alba might cameo as Invisible Girl in the Ant-Man movie? Um, I don't know. I mean, there are rumors that some pre-Marvel actors may return in some future movies. That would be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't hate Jessica Alba. I just think she was not right for that role. She wasn't Sue. She no. And whoever they get to play Sue now, go with an actress who is I'm going late 30s, mid 40s, or early 40s. Um, and rumor has it John Krasinski said he don't know if he'll return. I've heard that before from these actors, especially actors who are in the MCU, and then they turn up. Yeah. Shouts out to Angela Bassett. She got cast. She has been nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Wakanda Forever. She's the first MCU actress or actor um, to be award not awarded. Well, she's nominated for an award. Congrats. She's got good competition because she's up there now also with Viola Davis for Woman King. So yeah, that was a good movie. I saw that. It was a good movie. Real good. Let me see. Tekken 8 trailer was good. Very good. That is going to be exclusive for the next gen console. So it looks like it all can come to an end. One shall stand, the other shall fall. It is finally down to the father and the son, but also the return of June Kazuma. Yeah, that shocked me when I saw June. I'm like, June? Whoa, June back. You know. Do you think your brother hate hot? Does your brother hate Hot Rod too? No, because like Malcolm was too young. Malcolm was too young for not too young, but he knows about G1. But if you were to ask him what Transformers he kind of grew up with, it would be Beast Wars. He kind of grew more with that. He's a '92 baby, so yeah. But being around me, he knows so much about the '80s movies and actors and music and all that stuff because being around me, and his friends don't understand that, and he tells them, "Oh, that's what you have when you have a brother who's grew up in that era." Yeah, but no, he doesn't hate Hot Rod because I hate Hot Rod. Whatever. Fuck that guy. No update on Wolf Among Us 2. No, none yet. That's all right. Take the time. Don't rush anything. Don't need to rush anything. So Chris, do you think that a Thor solo comic could work with the DC universe? Yeah, of course. Yeah. If Thor was if Thor was in the DC universe, which I would think he is, but not the Thor Odinson, you know, yes, I think he could. So would sorry, let me can't see it. Uh, so would you like to see a brand new version of a classic JSA hero like a new Hour Man or a new Doctor Midnight or something like that? No, no, because to me, Hour Man needs to stay a family thing. Because all the Hour Man's men that came were related. They all are from the Tyler family. So keep it true to that. Dr. Midnight, um, there's a reason for that, and it would be weird if they bring in another doc just because And I wouldn't like that. Sorry. So Dr. Midnight, no. Only if they did it right. Like, for example, there was a Mr. Terrific before Michael Holt. His name was Terry Sloan. He was Mr. Terrific. Then Michael Holt took that title and ran with it, and it's been great. Yeah, I have so much anger towards Warner Bros. Discovery. I'm not gonna sit here and say I have anger for them because I'm looking at it from a different point of view than a lot of people are. Now everybody's like, "Oh, they're getting rid of the Snyderverse." Look, Gunn took over. He's taking over soon, and maybe he just wants a fresh start. He wants a fresh start. Fine, give us a fresh start. Why would you want to run off the back of something that kind of failed? Yeah, you could say all you want. Oh, but Aquaman made this much money. This blah blah blah. At the whole, the Snyderverse was a failure. Okay, it was a failure. Don't sit there and say it wasn't, because it was. They tried to do something. They tried to be so different and so dark. It didn't work. That the JLA Snyder cut, I can give two licks shits about it. I didn't care for it. If anybody liked it, I just had this conversation with somebody. Somebody emailed me. I'll keep the name anonymous out of respect, but I was just like, yeah, to each his own. But at the end of the day, nobody cared. I I'm not gonna sit through a 4-hour movie, superhero or not, for what? To see that the general that was speaking to Superman and Man of Steel was actually John Jones? That was stupid. To me, that was kind of stupid. It's like, why don't you just put him in there? What's the point? If Gunn can come along and put his twist on things. Now, it's not Gunn's fault that the Batgirl movie got, Jesus Christ, something is itching my leg, sir. It's not Gunn's fault Batgirl got canceled. No, that's the higher ups in Warner Bros. Because they were stupid. Now, we still have Aquaman 2. We still have Captain Marvel, the next one, the Wrath of the Gods. And we're getting Blue Beetle coming to theaters, not going directly to streaming. It's coming in theaters. How cool is that? I can't wait to see that. Great. Great. But Gunn has already said Superman is a high priority. But everybody is flipping out. Oh, it was stupid to have Cavill come back if they're going to cancel him again. You don't know anything. You don't know. We don't know. So you can get mad and all that other nonsense, but you have no control over that. That's where sometimes us geeks need to realize we can get upset and then go on the internet and say, "Oh, fuck you, fuck." Just remember, you have no power. I have no power. I give my little opinions on it, but you know what I always say? I'm gonna keep an open eye. I'm gonna keep an open mind, because at the end of the day, we know nothing. We know nothing. Now, what happens? What happened to Patty Jenkins and all that stuff. You can only she can come out and say her piece, and then there's gonna be somebody that's gonna come out and say, "Well, listen, nobody really knows." That's why I hate when there's two sides of the coin. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion on it. Now, if they want to basically, if Gunn wants to basically do a DC rebirth in the cinematic world, I say go for it, especially to right the wrongs of some things that should have never happened. To me, if you do it, get us a new Flash. Fuck Ezra Miller. And I'll say it again. Fuck him. That dude needs to be in jail, getting some psychiatric help. Okay? That I don't care what anybody says. Oh, but don't you want to see that movie? The only reason why people are hyped for that movie, it is not for Flash. It is not for that Supergirl that's in there, or for Tom Taylor's Supergirl. You know what it's for? Michael Keaton's Batman. Don't sit there and say it's not, because exactly that is exactly what it is. People want to see Keaton back as Batman. Plain and simple. But if we're gonna get a reboot, a rebirth of someone, start over, start from a fresh start, fine. Because there's no need to keep trying to add into something that was already a failure. And the Snyderverse was a failure. Was a failure. Okay. Now, if that means Jason Momoa is out as Aquaman, but they want him back as Lobo. Outside of, I read this comment talking about somebody made a comment I saw on Facebook basically saying, talking about this, and he's just like, man, fuck Lobo. Who the fuck cares about Lobo? I can name about 20 people right now who care. And there's a lot more people than you think. Speak for your fucking self. Stop speaking for everybody else. I hate when people say that. Who the cares about this guy? Because there's a lot of people that care about Lobo. And there's a lot of people that want to see Lobo on the big screen. And James Gunn doing something with Lobo, oh my God, the perfect guy for that. Don't sit there and say nobody cares about Lobo. Now, Jason, could he? Yes, he could. Now, Jason, Mr. Momoa could do it, but I have come to accept him as Aquaman. Yes, he is an Aquaman of a different color, but he works. It works. It's not a stretch to believe that Aquaman could be Polynesian or Hawaiian. Not a stretch to believe. There's no way I'm not going to believe. I'm not going to hear it from anybody say, no, he's a white blonde guy, blah, 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 blah. No. Aquaman he could have been fucking Samoan, and I'll still be like, that's perfect. He could be Samoan, he could be Tunisian, he could be any hell, he could be fucking Jamaican, and all I care. Any character from the islands, anybody from the islands, it would be not a stretch to believe that's Aquaman. Don't sit there and say anywhere as it. But the fact of the matter, if James Gunn wants to a fresh start, a somewhat rebirth of certain characters, let's keep an open mind. Let's let things play out. We don't know anything yet. But at the forefront, he already said one thing: Superman is a pinnacle part of my vision for the new DC studios. If that's the case, smart move. Because you know why? Because we need to put some respect on the godfather of all superheroes. Okay? Put some respect on him. The Snyderverse failed with Superman. They pushed him to the back burner. Why? Why? For who? Batman? Batman? Yeah, I like Batman. But when you think about DC, it was Superman first, then Batman. I like Batman, but yeah, Batman didn't need to be in that. We never get a Man of Steel 2 movie. We get whatever. Cavill was not a bad Superman. And to hear that DC didn't want to have him come back as Superman, they're the boobs. Idiots. Just keep an open mind, people. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Other than Blade and Ghost Rider, what Marvel characters do you want to could you see John Constantine interacting with? That's easy, and there's so many. Take your pick. There's so many. I don't even have to answer that question. Just take your pick. Who do you think? Just go ahead, name a few. I'll agree. Top five Marvel characters who can beat Superman in an arm wrestling. Arm wrestle? Oh Jesus. Mm, any magic based character. Magical base, yeah. There you go. Some people like that. I think Blue Marvel can give it a go. I think Hyperion. Um, I think Thor. Thor could give him a run. Uh, maybe Sentry. Thing like that. I don't care. Where will Where will Samurai Jack? I've answered this question before, and I'm not even repeating questions, guys. Come on, give me something new. Not the same questions over and over. What DC villain do you think you see going after the Hulk? I've answered this question again. Repeating questions, guys. Come on. Have you ever played the Hades games? And if so, are you excited to play Hades 2 when it comes out? No, I have not played the Hades games, and I don't know. I never think about, you know, never thought about playing them. Perry King, have you seen the? No, I just answered that. If there's no reaction video up, then that means I haven't seen it. And do not spoil it, people. I brought that up. I said it earlier. Do not ask me anything about Across the Spider Verse. Um. So, how do you think Wonder Woman could react to Kratos? She would be a little bit concerned. I actually asked. Go watch. Go watch Mr. Multiverse because I actually asked him that question and he did a kind of video on it, for his Patreon. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. So you want to get your answer? Go watch it there. That was. Have you played Elder Ring? No, and I'm not any big fan of those type of games. Those are like MOs. I'm not really into those. Are you going to play God of War Ragnarok soon? I'll play it, even though I saw pretty much the whole game. I'll still play it. I have the first one. I'll add it to my collection. I watched gameplay of it. It was good. It was just like, I'm gonna play it, but might as well just watch the whole gameplay. It was sad, but I felt bad for Thor in that game. Who are your favorite Transformers and why? I've answered this before as well. Um, but again, Optimus will always be up there. Great leader. Jazz, love Jazz. Ironhide, um, Grimlock. Uh, Hound. I'm a big fan of Hound. I like RC, but I never really. Even when she first came out, I really wasn't that big. I became more of a bigger RC fan later, especially when they updated her. Especially in Transformers Prime, I like that version of RC much better than G1 RC. So yeah, even I have my favorite Decepticon. Soundwave will always be my favorite because yeah. uh Morinth the serial killer. Morinth was a serial killer. No, she was not a serial. She was a predator. She was a damn predator. Just hearing the stuff that she would go through, and you go back when you go back to her apartment. Just go around all the different items, and you hear her talk, and you're like, "This woman is a psychopath. She's crazy." Just hearing her talk about I love this and I love that. I'm like, yo, you're psychotic, you're crazy. What DC characters do you think would be annoyed by everyone? Come on now. Wish I had gotten to meet Kevin Conroy before he passed. Yeah. What's your favorite part in Final Fantasy VII Remake? My favorite part is the end where Cloud and Swerve have the sword fight. I love that part. I have not finished the remake, but um, everything about that game is just great. I can't, I'm glad they read that game from scratch. It was. It wasn't just a carbon copy of the original, which I do have. I have the original 4 disc PS1. I remember when that game first dropped. That's everybody's initial Final Fantasy, but I was rocking with Final Fantasy since it was on the original NES. You know, I was rocking with that. I love RPG games. Those are my type of RPG games. I like that. Have I played Midnight Suns yet? No, I have not. I've watched some of the cutscenes, which are cool, but I have not watched. Haven't seen really that much gameplay of it. Did you know they brought out a TV series for Willow? Yeah, it's the sequel to Willow. I haven't watched it yet. I'm not gonna watch it until all the episodes are up. That's what I'm gonna start doing now for a lot of these shows that come on Disney Plus or stuff. I'm just wait till all the episodes so I can just binge watch this stuff. Um, and it's good to see Warwick Davis back as the character. Yeah. So thank you for that, Gadar. What's your favorite version of Santa Claus? Uh, mm, I don't know. I really don't have a favorite. Um, I don't know. Don't really have one. Do you think DC will make the Last Robin? If they do, and hope it's Tim. Love Tim Drake. He's my favorite Robin. DC uh, make the Last Robin. What do you mean? Like in a movie or what? What are you talking about? Because I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Quentin. You got to explain it a little better. So come back with that question. Explain a little. In our house, if Luce were to die, or at least look like she died, who do you think would be hit the hardest and change a character? Uh, Elsa, probably she would be hit the hardest, and the King. Yeah, those are certain. The ones that care about her the most, they'll be hit hardest. That's why if I say if social media became non-existent tomorrow, I wouldn't miss it. Lived without it for the 80s and the 90s, and I could do without. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm on it, but I'm not on it to every day. I'm not on it. I'm not on it to So social media could be good for certain aspects, but at the end of the day, it's also just so toxic. It's so toxic. Everybody think they got an opinion, and sometimes their opinions are just stupid as shit. It brings the ugliness out of people because they know well I could say whatever I want because they can't find me, so I could yeah, oh blah, 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 and then that's it, and then blah, 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 and send and not think about it. But the fact of the matter is also remember, fools, that stays on the internet. So anybody can go back and say, see how stupid he was back then or she was back then. You think he changed now? You know, that's how some of these celebrities now are getting caught and getting fired from projects. I mean, that's how James Gunn got nearly canned because they people went back to his old tweets of where he was. Yeah, he said some stupid nonsense, but people can change. Okay, but yeah, I lived through it. Didn't care for it. Like I said, I didn't get on social media until like 2007. And when I finally did, it was just for me. It was just great to see old schoolmates that I haven't seen in years. So it just made instant cook talk and get back in touch with them and things like that. And then it just went from there, especially social media. Uh, I still have my fingers crossed if Blue Beetle don't get canceled. No, they're not going to cancel that. They're not canceling that. They won't because they want to make history with that. They're not going to cancel that. They're not. I hope we'll finally Plastic Man brought to the big screen. Plastic Man depends. It depends. He doesn't need his own movie. He doesn't. You know, do you think Sephiroth? Do you think Sephiroth would be a great villain for Samurai Jack? I've answered this question too, guys. And I said before, yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but I've answered that question before. What do DC? What DC characters do you see going for the the Infinity Stones? I'm not calling them gems. I'm calling them stones. Uh, Stones, gems, doesn't matter. Take your pick, man. Like again, take your pick. There's so many. Take your pick. You're talking about 6 gems with absolute power. Who do you think won't go after them? They all would. There'd probably be several. Just pick a villain. Pick a villain. And is Luthor? Hell yeah. Dark Side? Hell yeah. Go ahead. That certain you just it's kind of like a redundant a rhetoric question because you're gonna get the same answer. Nothing's gonna change. Do you hate when main heroes die? Depends. Are you tired of the repeated question? No, I'm not. Okay, why would you ask that? But no, I'm not. Um, I just, when you answer questions over and over, it's just like you gotta. I gotta put myself like, okay, all right, I've let me just repeat the answer again. It's just, but I have. There are questions I don't mind answering over and over, but then there are some, like, just I'm just saying, but I'm not mad at it. This is my favorite Transformer character, Grimlock and Bumblebee and Devastator. The Combiners and the Constructicons. What characters in the Marvel and DC are badass sweethearts? Badass sweethearts. What do you mean? Like, uh, just what characters in the Marvel and DC are badass sweethearts? You mean like they're just a badass couple? Well, like I said, Ollie and Dinah are great. Luke and Jessica are great. There's a bunch of them. There's a couple. Happy holidays and be safe. Thank you. I say good day in my first message, but you missed it. Oh, no, sorry. Did you watch any Darkman movies? I love Darkman. I do love Darkman. I love Darkman. Um, I would not mind Sam Raimi maybe remaking those, updating them. I love the first movie. That was the first movie with Liam Neeson. He was hating, and then Arnold Vosloo took over the role, and those movies, the other two were okay, but it's the first one that is really where it's at. Perry King axes. Which do you prefer? Christmas sweaters or Christmas shirts? I don't care for either. I don't mind either one but I don't get any Christmas sweaters. I rarely get Christmas sweaters. Have you watched all the Saw movies? No, I stopped watching Saw probably 2, and I was done. I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't care for it too much. Even when but I watched, the Book of Saw with Chris Rock, and it was so easy to predict who was the mastermind. I felt bad for Sam Jackson though at the end. Uh, what would He-Man think of Kratos, especially after finding out what he's done, and vice versa? Good question. It probably Well, it depends on when he would catch up with. Because if he's catching up with Kratos now, then he try to listen to him and understand where he's coming from. So yeah, I mean they, I mean they, I mean that they're badass, but they're still sweethearts. I just named. There you go. There's a bunch of them. I just named some. um, Do you think Michael Myers will kill Sinestro and become the new leader of the Green Lantern? No, no. That's kind of a not even a no, a ridiculous. No. Who will be the worst villain to work for? Who would be the worst villain to work for? Uh, Joker. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah, that looks like it. I'm all caught up. I'm all no wait. Yes, I am. Now, next question. Which 80s cartoon holds up the most to you? Oh, Thundercats still holds up. G.I. Joe, Transformers still holds up. Ghostbusters, Turtles, yeah, so you name it. Who's who's worse, Norman Osborn or Joker? Depending on how and what factor. Uh, both Joker and Norman have taken someone that each respected character loved. Norman took away Gwen from Peter. Uh, Joker took away Jason, but now he's back. So Gwen ain't back. Well, not 616 Gwen. I still would have to go maybe Joker a little bit. It's by an inch. I know Kratos became a jerk in God of War 2 and 3 and all the others, but Zeus and the other gods weren't innocent. And nobody's saying they weren't innocent, but there's also fault on both sides. Kratos became power hungry and everything like that. So there's both sides. And we're talking about the Olympians here. We're not talking about the Sumerian gods or any the Celtic gods. We're talking about the Olympians. They're all a bunch of jerks to most degree. So it wasn't a surprise what they were doing in that. Just think about it. We're talking about the Olympians. There's stories about just how arrogant and just vain a lot of them are. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. If so, Poseidon rapes Medusa when she was still human, in and instead of Athena, I believe, helping her, she punishes her for being raped by her uncle. Punishing her, why? Turns her into a gorgon. Now, there are different stories, but some of them are based mainly about being raped. And the only way, and her two sisters decided to become gorgons with her. However, while there's a big difference between Medusa and the rest of her sisters, Medusa is not immortal. Her other two sisters were. Medusa could be killed, hence cut the head off, stuff like that. So yeah, instead of saying, "Well, your uncle did this to me," that's why he raped me in your temple, and instead of feeling sorry for her and everything, as because she was like a priestess or so of for Athena, Athena punishes her. Okay, Zeus goes around banging anything that moves, any woman that moves, and Hera takes it out on the mortal women or their kids when your ass should be going after your husband slash brother. Yeah, research that. So yeah, just saying, we're talking about the Olympians. They're a bunch of pricks. They're pricks. They've always been pricks. They've always been written as pricks. No surprise there. Hey Chris, Nathan was good. Let's see. In terms of favorite comic heroines, Rogue has my heart. Cassandra Cain is my heart. Okay. Who is the best Hobgoblin? Robert Kingsley. Least favorite version of Stargirl. I think I don't know. It depends on how she's written. That's the problem. But the Stargirl that was appearing in Justice League Unlimited, I wasn't really feeling her because she's all jealous, and I'm like, get the Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, or in terms of games. I'm gonna go Dreamcast. Saturn had some good games. Don't get me wrong. Saturn had great fighting games. Saturn had a lot of fighting games, and I had a lot of fighting games for Sega Saturn, and most of them I imported. I had imported from Japan because, for example, Marvel superheroes, X Men versus Street Fighter, all imports. I didn't have because those games didn't come out till later, and they nerfed them. They made them weird when they came out. But I even had a lot of Dragon Ball games, imported Dragon Ball games, like Dragon Ball Legends, where you can have like 6 people on the field, things like that, and it was great. It was good stuff. So I'm definitely gonna say Dreamcast. Uh, I think Black Adam and He Man they will hate each other. No, first of all, you saying He Man will hate? You mean Adam will hate? It's gonna be, and I'm not talking about Prince Adam. I'm talking about Teth Adam. He's the one. Will Tom Holland return in Avengers? Yeah, he has more. He just I think he signed an extension to play more roles. So yeah, it's in his contract. Uh, Name one anime series music you enjoy. You mean enjoy? Enjoy. I try not to be a grammar hound, guys, but fix your grammar. Like fix. I try not to do that. One anime and music that I enjoy, I'll go one of the obvious Cowboy Bebop, back to back. The music albums for that is just great. Love that. I can sit back and just listen to the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. It's great. I love it. And nothing's wrong with it either. Like oh that was Starfire. Wait, no, least favorite Starfire. No, okay, least favorite Starfire. Probably the one from Titans, because that is not Starfire to me. That is not Starfire. Ebenezer Scrooge or the Grinch? Who do you like more? I'll go with the Grinch. I mean, yeah. I mean, Ebenezer Scrooge is a little older, a lot older, but I'll go with the Grinch. How do you feel when Noel ripped the Century? I was laughing my head off. That was great. That made me laugh. Between the NES and the Super NES, which console do you like more? Well, I never had a Super NES. I had an NES. I still got my NES. It's actually in my closet over there. So I'm gonna go nostalgic and say the original. Let's see. Do you like Zatanna with Batman or Nightwing? Or Nightwing or Nightwing more, and why? Wait, what? Do I like? Well, Zatanna has never been with Nightwing. So I don't know what that means. Real. They don't have a relationship. Nightwing has been with 2 people. It's either him and Babs or him and Corey. And frankly, actually, I like him with Corey more. Corey is Starfire. That's for anybody. I still remember fighting Vipers in Virtual Fighter Bloody Raw. Those are good games. Which human Green Lantern do you think Thanos wouldn't take seriously. Oh, he'll take all of them seriously. It doesn't matter. That power ring is where he's got to worry about. So yeah, it doesn't matter which one they are. He's gonna take the core seriously. Doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it. Why do you think Dick Grayson fell in love with Starfire besides her looks? She's a good person. She's understanding. She's she's everything you would want in a person, and someone who is not afraid of her emotions. Tamaranians let their emotions shine. They tell it like it is. They don't hide their emotions. They let it shine. Boom, right there. Yeah, Starfire is beautiful, but so is Babs. But still, it's everything, all the above. It's not just her looks. I think Tony Todd will use his Zoom voice for no. If he was no, if they did that, Z Z don't need no man. It's not about not needing a man, but she likes men. She she was with she's been with John Constantine. They were in love. There you go. I think Sonic Solaris Faye's best song. Oh. Is Santa Claus a mutant in the Marvel universe? I don't know. I kind of feel like he is, or he's something. He's some kind of ancient being. He's something. If I played the Super NES, I played this year, but I still don't doesn't match the original in my opinion. Yeah. Uh, can't wait to hear Tony Todd as Venom. Where is all this talk about Tony Todd playing Venom? Is this real? I was not a fan of Starfire in the New 52 when she was with Red Hood and Rory. Mm. Yeah. Which Robin would Bullseye take take seriously the most? Bullseye don't take nobody too seriously because he's a big head. He believes he can take anybody out with his accuracy. So it don't matter the Robin. He's gonna have to take all of them seriously. Don't matter. Even that big headed little shit, Damian Wayne. Because you know how I hate that character. I hate Damian Wayne. Wish he died. I want to see this. If Alucard from Helsing was in the DC vampires, I want to see fighting vampires, see fighting vampire King, Nightwing, and that. Then they'll wait. What? Wait, hold on. Alucard from Helsing was in the DC universe fighting vampires. I want to see fighting Vampire King Nightwing, and that then we say it's time to find out who is the true Vampire King. Okay. I'm not reading DC Vampires. I'm buying it for somebody else, but I'm not reading it. I didn't really care. Worst Sonic game? I would probably have to say uh the one where he was turned into a werewolf. I hated that one. I didn't even like the Sonic the Hedgehog where they were kind of getting anamorphic, where he was kissing that human girl and stuff like that. Like the one that came out for the original Xbox and all that stuff. I didn't care for that. When you take Sonic out of his elements, it don't do good. Depends, because I know people that actually like Sonic the Fighter. The fighting game and stuff. Um, who should we be more afraid of in the MCU, Kang or Galactus? The one we don't see coming, Galactus. Kang is great, but we're talking the big G here. Think about that. I don't hate Damien, but I wouldn't see him. I wouldn't miss him if he died. I I hate him. He's voicing Venom in the Spider-Man sequel. Tony Todd is voicing Venom in. Wow, I didn't know that. Cool. Favorite Zatanna moment. I wouldn't say it's a moment, but just seeing when she apologized to Bruce for mind wiping him, taking his memory. That's a moment. Because that was when Bruce was almost like, he almost told, like, he basically nearly told Zatanna, go fuck yourself. Like, I trusted you out of the most, and you did that to me. So, with Castlevania scene when mood swing. Oh, did you like the new characters in Street Fighter 6? Yeah, I mean, they're interesting. We got a huge muscular woman who's like 6'5". She's jacked. She looked like she's coming from ancient Greece. She's now the tallest woman, female character in Street Fighter now. Used to be Ellen. For the longest time, she was 6 feet tall. And you wouldn't know because she was always crouched in the capoeira style. So you couldn't really tell how tall she was, but you could tell, you can see like all that power in her legs. Beats, 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 beats in my head. That was a good song. All right, let's see. Next. I love how Scott is so jealous of Wolverine from first coming out on of nowhere and Jean talking to Jean. Scott's got some insecurity issues. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't be like that. But it's nothing matter now because they're all in a couple. They're all a couple now. So Jean got two boyfriends. Jean got a husband and got a boyfriend. What pantheons would you like to see Godzilla go up against since he already fought the Olympians? The Shinto gods make sense. If Lobo was in the Marvel universe, which alien race would go after him? The Kree, the Skrulls, the Brood, and yeah, those are definitely three I could tell right now. Sonic always has good. Sonic does most of the time have good music. Aside from Zatanna, who's the best magic character in DC? Doctor Fate. That's easy. Nintendo should put out a Wario and Waluigi game. I would play the death. A Wario, Waluigi. I don't know what it would be about. Wario and Waluigi try to kill Mario or something. It just Wario. First of all, Wario, lose some weight. Because if you walking like this, you got weight issues. He can't walk. He can't just walk like this. He gotta, because he's so fat. I remember when he wasn't that fat. Now they really pounded on the weight on him now. I don't know what. That's weird. If they could do Capcom versus DC Universe, I would play as Akuma to beat up Damian Wayne. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, that'd be great. He would hate Damian. Akuma would hate Damian. Yep, he would hate Damian. Because Akuma don't like anybody whose strength comes from weapons or assistance. He's not necessarily. He's not really bad, but he doesn't like he admires true strength. So Damien always talks about I'm skilled, I'm a weapon, blah 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 blah. Yeah, but you're using weapons. Like the Damien in Injustice, he would wreck. He would hate just that would just piss him off seeing him with that sword. Like, okay, you're dead. Raging Demon, that's it. He's dead. and look at Batman like, yeah, I did it. What you gonna do about it? Yep. Let's see. Silver Surfer versus Superboy Prime. Do you see Surfer trying to reason with him with Prime to a degree before he just says, enough of this. You're a threat. I'm taking you out. There you go. Sonic 06, enough said. Perry King's talking as well. Um, what do you think about Dr. Fate? I like Dr. Fate. I like Kent Nielsen, the original, and then of course there was a new doc. There's another person that took up the helm. I think it's really interesting that it's it's more of the helm when he put that helm on that, and then it's just like that's a different person to somewhat degree. That's somebody Nabu's in there and telling him, "Well, you did do this," and it's kind of that's the only reason why I would always say like I would look. Doctor Strange would probably look at him like that helmet's telling you what to do. Like if uh, you want to do something about it, you got to kind of get judgment from Nabu, like in terms of, and also feel like yeah, you have to coincide in the lords of order to it's yeah, that'd be kind of weird. Not saying that they wouldn't, but it's just like you'd kind of feel a little bit like yeah. Um. So Chris, let's get personal. Well, we're not gonna get too personal because that's not what this Q&A is about. So y- that's a little too personal. That's not for you guys. Sorry, that's too personal. What Batman was trained? You mean what if Travis? Please, like work on your grammar. What if Batman was trained by Kenshiro? It wouldn't happen because he's not trading anybody. That's never going to happen. Cassandra's a much better character than Damien there. I said it. No, she is. She's actually a better developed character too. Damien is still the little arrogant shit that he is since the day he debuted. Cassandra has changed so much and evolved so much. It's I remember when she came and she was barely mute, didn't say a damn thing. She used to talk sign language wise. Now she look at her. Now look at her. Who is stronger, Wario or Muscle Man from regular show? Muscle Man. I'm going Muscle Man. Who would scare Doctor Doom? Nobody scares Doctor Doom. Nobody, because the man's seen enough that he doesn't get scared. Nothing scares Doctor Doom. It don't. I'm not being funny about that because he's my favorite. No, I'm serious. Nothing scares him. He's looked Mephisto and all those hell lords and everybody in the eye and be like, please, like get out of my face. Like he don't get scared. I'm serious. Nobody would scare him. Nobody. Do you feel bad at times that you don't have more subscribers? No, I don't. Because I'm not a subscriber hound like that. I'm not on my channel basically. Oh my god, I need more subscribers. What the come on? Like I'm not, no, I'm not like that. If you're just hamming up for subscribers, I could come on here. I can come on my channel every day. And he said, please like that button. Please help me get, please subscribe. Come on, help me out. Let me please get it up there. I could say that. I could say all that stuff, but I don't. What do I always say? I just say thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please comment. Leave your comments in the section down below. I will see you next time. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. Deuces. That's it. I never just hound on getting subscriber. If they come, they come. I'm always happy for what I got. Um, if I started like let's say for example, if I came tomorrow and out of the blue, I look on my thing tomorrow and see my numbers went from 11.8 thousand 11,800 and I forgot how many I got. I checked and went up from 11,000 to, let's say, 25,000, 25K. I'm going to question, like, where did that come from? But I'm also going to be grateful. But again, being realistic, I'm a small YouTuber, small to the point. I talk about many things. I don't stick to one thing. It's a variety. But at the end of the day, I am happy to provide what my channel is, because my channel also helps people. It helps. I educate people on certain things in comics and things like that. But of course, there's people that came on to me because they saw my reactions to a lot of the React channel stuff. And they always ask me, hey, react to this, react to that. And I got those people, and then I got the people that have been with me since day one. You understand? The ones that have been with me at day one, those are the ones I kind of more care about. The ones that just came on when I started doing the React stuff, it's nice, but it's also like, see, you only like me for one thing. You're not seeing the whole nucleus of me. And I've watched a lot of videos just about the React channel. I still watch the React channel. I still watch it to this day, you know, but you can see it's in a better place now too, because those brothers that ran it, my God, they were just stupid. Um, oh, Wario, and Waluigi, just your classic rogue plot. Maybe something to do with the treasure. Oh, okay. Wario, yeah, treasure, yeah. Yeah, we get the treasure. No, and then something like that would be funny. Uh, and leave my boy Wario alone. he's does need to lose some weight. It's not healthy. I'm just looking out for him. You know. How come Street Fighter doesn't have an Aussie character? Wait, do they? Hold on. Wait. Let me make sure. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Um. um, I don't think there is. Like, no, there isn't. There isn't. There isn't an Australian guy. I mean, well, that there's a lot. There's not a there's not there's not a Samoan, fighter. There's not. Yeah, there's still countries in Street Fighter that don't. And Australia. I mean, I'm not saying. First of all, if I was gonna do an Australian character in Street Fighter, the first thing I'm doing right there, first thing I'm designing is saying I would put up a picture of the first Australian that I remember as a kid, Paul Hogan, and say, "We're not doing this. No offense, we're not doing this. That is a stereotype. No, we're not doing a crocodile man or something like that. Um, I would probably, if I was doing an Australian character in Street Fighter, I would probably make him an Aboriginal. I'll make him a native Australian. Boom, no offense, and I'd make him, and I would find ways of building him. Like maybe he learned fighting from somebody. Like I would make him a grappler. Like he would be a very powerful grappler. But yeah, there's not an Australian character in Street Fighter. We might see one later on. Who knows? If it calls for it, you know, it does make me wonder like how Capcom goes about making the countries. Um, if if some characters is some characters wait what is some characters I want to see in super in Smash Bros. Kyle Rayner, Doctor Doom, Star Killer, and Akuma. That's not gonna happen. What do you think Peter Parker? When do you think Peter Parker came to the closest of quitting being Spider-Man for good, and why? Just read Spider-Man No More. There you go. That's when he came the closest. Two. Another one was when he thought he lost his powers, and him and Mary Jane moved to Ohio to start a family. Do you think Dormammu would go after Raven? Yes, maybe. Yeah, maybe he would probably try to corrupt her and have him join the Dark Dimension or something like that. Yeah. What if Nick Fury and Shield were in the DC universe? That would be somewhat interesting. But then it's like, where does groups like August and all those things go? He's my Midnight Sun. Here's my Midnight Suns team: Alucard, Dante, and Moon Knight, and Doctor Fate, and Robbie Reyes for Ghost Ray. That's interesting. Why is Suki from Avatar so attractive? I don't know. You tell me. Do you see Luke Cage and Iron Fist being a part of the Outsiders? No, because the Outsiders were supposed to be kind of, they operated outside of the spectrum of the Justice League, and did the things that the Justice League couldn't do. They don't need that. Iron Fist and Luke Cage are right point blank. They're open. They don't hide what they are. They don't do wet work. Outsiders in the beginning did a lot of wet work. They were like a black ops team Batman put together to handle like threats that the Justice League couldn't know about. Is this this is my Hispanic team: Kyle Rayner, Blue Beetle, Miles Morales, and Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, and Jessica Cruz. Okay, nice, very nice. Um, Did you see Marvel has a new team? Yeah, Tiger Faction. It's a new comic in Marvel, and it's all Korean heroes. I think that's really cool. Now we got another international team of heroes in the Marvel universe. We had Alpha Flight, Canadians. We had um Canadian. We had Winter Guard, Russian characters, all Russian. Now we Tiger Faction. I like it. Cool. you know all the new characters, new Korean characters that have been coming into the Marvel universe are cool. I haven't read it yet though, but I heard about it. Do you check out? Did you check out the anime for Shenmue? I did. I thought it was good. I liked it. It sucks that it's not going to get a second part. Um, but I liked it. it of course it skipped a lot of things that you had to do in the game. Like I said before, I was not gonna spend. I was glad they didn't spend a whole episode where Rio is saying, "I'm looking for sailors. I'm looking for sailors." Da, 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 da. No, they got right to it. They skipped all that stuff, but it was fun. Do you think Lex Luthor would see Invisible Woman as a threat? Then Sue's the most powerful on that team, so of course they would. Of course he would. Of course he would. He would probably deduce she's the real threat, really, to a degree, but he can't deny like Reed. Reed would just smoke Luthor in brilliance. Yeah, I said it. I still question if Luthor is really the smartest person in the DC universe. It always comes down to a question: who's the number one and who's the number two? I question Batman. I question Batman so much. He is. I do not think he's smarter than Michael Holt. I do not. But I mean, it's not even debated, or I shouldn't even debate. It's not even a question. They never even say who's number one in them. People assume it's Batman and Luthor. It could be somebody else. Are you going to read the new Batman and Spawn crossover? Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably check it out. Yeah. Um, who's the best and most evil's 80 villain? Ooh, Mumra. He says it. He says it in his when he talks. He lets you know straight off who he is. He don't sugarcoat it at all. He don't hide who he is either. Mom Ra, ever living source of evil. Ever living source of evil. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Ever living source of evil. Wherever evil is, Mom Ra lives. He's the best. Yes, Mum Ra is better than Skeletor. Yeah, I said that. Oh my god, I may crack the skull with that. My 80s brats may try to kick me out the 80s club. You ain't kicking me out of nowhere. I'm set for life. Because if you I say it like this, you got no say over me in terms of 80s birth, especially if you're an 89 baby. I'm like, you're not an 80s kid. 88, no. 87 is pushing it. 86, the only ones that could say maybe something are 81, 1980s, or 84s, 83s. Other than that, everybody else can piss off. When I say Mumra is better than Skeletor, you better believe I mean that. The only thing is, Skeletor would laugh at Mumra's weakness. Hey Mumra, yeah, show him his reflection. But I find that hilarious. No matter how many times I watch the Thundercats, and that comes the first time he fights Lionel, and Lionel puts the claw shield up, and he sees his face, and it's going. I'm like, it's his own reflection. That it's symbolic, but it's funny. It's still funny. I could see all the villains at the villains club just laughing at him, like, "Hey guys, here comes Mumra. What? It's Mumra. Hey, Doom, look, it's Mumra. Imbecile. Yo, look, Luthor, look, it's. I think I'm gonna go up and speak to him. Go up and talk like, well, Mumra, it's nice to see you here on tonight. You want a mirror?" Luthor get whopped. But yeah, the villains would probably joke on him, especially joke. Could you imagine Joker? Like, I'm so, it is so well to see the great Mumra here. Better not have a Better not have a mirror handle. You know, yeah, they would razz on him by that. I crack myself up sometimes. That was kind of funny. Uh, who's the best and most? Oh, not just brother. Is is it's is true? Is it true that Peter Parker wasn't right in the head for a while after Gwen Stacy's death? Um, wasn't that he was in the right head? He was upset. He was mad, but it MJ is the one that helped him through it, and it's that closeness that they got why they fell for each other. While that the friendship be turned into more than friendship. People tend to think that you know, and when she came in and said the whole "face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot," that that was it, or no, they were friends. They were friends for a while before. Who do you like? What do you love about what what do you like about Mr. Terrific? Everything. Everything, Caroline. Third smartest man in the DC universe. Accomplished accomplishments in many different fields. This man has 13 PhDs. You tell me, you tell me in real life who has 13 PhDs in several different fields. You tell me. Not even Neil deGrasse Tyson has 13 PhDs. No, he doesn't. 13 PhDs. The man lives in a world that are full of gods and monsters, but he doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist. Everything about him, even that whole monarch or fair play, means so much to him. And it does. The man lost his autistic brother, who he took care of, his older brother. It wasn't fair. Lost his wife, an unborn child. That wasn't fair. He built his own company, and after that, he was gonna. Before that, losing all those loved ones, this man was gonna commit suicide. He was gonna jump off a bridge, kill himself. The man had everything in the world, his own company, everything, money, blah blah blah, and he was gonna kill himself because he lost the people that he cared about the most. Until what happens? The specter comes to him. The specter comes to him and tells him about the story of Terry Sloan, the original Mr. Terrific. And it is there Michael life changed. If you want to read Michael Holt's origin, go find the Spectre number 54. You could see it. Are you watching the Stallone show on Paramount Plus? No, I haven't watched it yet. I do want to watch it. I am going to watch. It's funny now that Stallone is actually playing a mobster because he tells this story, and I find it so funny. He told a story that he tried out for, I think, The Godfather or something. Like he auditioned for it, and the casting director said that Stallone, you don't look Italian enough, or was it you're an Italian enough? Let that sink in for a minute. All right, let that sink in for a minute. A casting director says he does not look Italian enough. Now, I can understand when he auditioned for Star Wars and then he walked out. I think he was gonna audition for Han Solo and he realized it wasn't for him. That's fine. That's fine. But for someone to come up and say, Stallone, isn't Italian enough or anything like that. It's like saying Sam Jackson, you're not black enough. Dude, what the fuck? Like sometimes hearing that stuff, I'm like, what are these cast director on? So to see him now in a mob role, it's I'm not saying that, oh, it's a duty for all Italian actors to play in a mob movie. No, I don't look at it like that because that's stereotyping Italian Americans or Italians in general. They're not all part of the mob. They're not all in the mob. They're no same. It's like same thing with someone who's Irish. It's like Irish actors get stereotyped to agree of they're boxers, they're just drunks or anything like that. Like that's not the Irish. That's not always about Irish. Stupid. It's just stupid. You're not Italian enough. Give me a break. Stupid. I don't know what that person was on. Do you see Cassandra Cain joining the chastity? Maybe, yeah. I see it. I hope Mr. Gunn does a better job at running the DC movie. Well, I think he got the job because of look at what he did with look at what he did with the Suicide Squad. That was basically a remake of the franchise, and it was well received. He wasn't afraid to go out there with the characters as well as the main. I mean, they had Starro in the movie. Starro, the giant star creature that was the first villain the Justice League ever fought. He wasn't afraid to do that. It worked. Look at what he did. To this day, I ain't never hear so many people love King Shark until they did that movie. Have a little faith in him. Indeed. Who is your favorite superheroes? Who is your favorite superhero's boss, or or one of them? Superhero bosses. You mean like? Well, okay. I would say JJ. I do like JJ. JJ was Peter's boss for a while. Then Robbie took over. So yeah, I guess you could put that. I think Spawn will hate Art the clown from. He hates clowns in general. So yeah, he hates clowns. He don't. You know. I want to see Baki and Yujiro in Tekken 8. Yeah, when it comes to the I'm not a big fan of let's add DLC characters. It would be cool, but it's just why it worked for 7 and they had Akuma in that. What made it work is that Akuma was a part of not just the game, but he was part of the story. That's why it worked. What time is it? All right, guys. So yeah, uh, didn't care much for Mr. Terrific and the Arrow. No, nobody cared too much about because that's not Mr. Terrific. That's not even Mr. Terrific in Arrow. They didn't even call him Michael Holt. They had the audacity to use the monarch of Mr. Terrific, but they didn't even call him Michael Holt. They called him Curtis Holt. Curtis Holt. They didn't even say Michael Holt. He didn't even, it's just, again, had nothing to do with his sexual orientation. Had nothing to do because there are many gay black men out there that, and I have nothing against that. And nothing. It just, I looked at that and I'm like, that is not Mr. Terrific. He should have been, in terms of, because of whose show it was, he looked like a fifth wheel to a lot of characters. But for me, seeing him and Felicity, right? Yeah. Like she was considered the smart one. But are you kidding me? Michael would smoke. There you go. Yeah. Smoke. Yeah. Felicity smoke. Yeah. Felicity in terms of genius. You crazy? That no way. Get out of here. Smoke. Yeah. Smoke. Um, I think John Goodman will be a good actor for Sam. Uh Depends. I mean, if you're looking at because of weight, John Goodman lost a lot of weight. He's not as big as he used to be, But yeah, I see your point. If he wanted to do it, you know. All right, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. All right. What's the chastity? Oh, that's a good version. That's a good squad of ninja. They're the enemy to the hand. So you got the hand or the bad ninjas. This clan, the chastity is the good side. Do you think Green Arrow would try to take Kate under his wing? Maybe. She don't need it. What do you think of the ending of Castle's final on ABC when it ended? I didn't watch Castle like that. I wasn't a big Castle fan. I didn't watch it. I mean, I've watched some episode, but I wasn't a big Castle fan. How long do you think it would take for Spider-Man and Dante from Devil May Cry to get on all these nerves? Depends, because all Peter's got to do is take him to get a pizza and a milkshake. He'd be good. They wouldn't get on each other's nerves. J. Jonah Jameson for sure. The one played by J.K. Simmons. That's my favorite. JJ is a. It's just a. I mean, yeah. I mean, JJ doesn't own the Bugle anymore. That now it's Robbie. Robbie is the the chief editor, things like that, which is good for Robbie because I love Robbie. I hope James Gunn brings Plastic Man into the DC movies. We'll see. Black Adam. If Black Adam meets up all the virtual from, he will say, "Get the hell out of my country." The virtual what? I want justice for all the Batgirls in terms of movies. Well, yeah, I guess that's you could say that too. Let's see. Robbie took over the Daily Bugle. How did that happen? That's the first time I've. That's because you're not reading the comics, man. He's been leader of Bugle for years now. Because JJ stepped down, became mayor of New York City. Yeah, are you reading the comics, man? You're behind the times, bro. You gotta keep up. Anyway, y'all, that is gonna be it right there. I'm gonna end it right there. I want to thank everybody for coming out and chilling with me. And but as always, we're gonna come to an end. We're gonna end this right now. It is getting ready to hit 12. It's getting ready to be Wednesday morning here in New York. It's gonna be 12. With that being said, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I will be back the next Q&A. So mark this down on your calendars if you want to know. The next one will be we're gonna go. We're gonna do a special Saturday edition of the Q&A. So we're gonna do this on December 31st. So it'll go right into New Year's. So stay with me while we celebrate the new year. We're gonna do it then. So yeah, it'll be December 31st. That will be the next. That's in 2 weeks. That will be the next open mic. But in the meantime, my pack, I want to say thank you for coming out, chilling, having some fun, answering some questions. I enjoyed it as always. Be safe as always. Enjoy your holidays. I hope you all enjoy and get whatever you hope to get. And more importantly, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. And I will see you guys next time, guys. Y'all take care.